Hello everyone, this is one for the boys actually. This is my favourite date night fragrances for autumn and winter. So cold weather, comforting kind of sexy fragrances. These are the kind of fragrances that I think as a guy you should wear for the purpose of enticing a female closer, or someone of the same sex of course. So basically a sexy, attractive fragrance to wear in cold weather on a date, whoever you may be. And actually, I would probably wear 3 or 4 of these myself sometimes. So let's start with my first pick, which is, these are all designer by the way, and a couple of them can be had quite cheaply. This is Opium Eau de Parfum by Yves Saint Laurent. This one is a tester bottle, has the notes on the back in French. So I looked them up because I don't speak fluent French. So Opium is basically super spicy. I pre-sprayed it. Super spicy, a little bit sharp on the spices in the opening, but if you allow it to sit on your skin for about an hour before you leave the house, I think then you would get the more rounded, smoother, more sensual aspect of the fragrance. It was actually released in 1995 by the perfumer is Jacques Cavalier, and the notes are blackcurrant, star anise, galangal, which is a family member of the ginger plant, but it's a bit hotter and spicier, which will probably explain why this is so hot and spicy. There's also some Szechuan pepper and some Tolu balsam, atlas cedar and vanilla. So what you have here is super spicy, woodsy, very vanillic in the dry down, but it never smells feminine vanillic. It doesn't smell foody vanillic. It's extremely enticing, and I love how peppery it is. It's hot stuff, so if you're hot stuff and you're trying to attract some hot stuff, then why not wear some hot stuff? And that would be Opium Eau de Parfum. Now, I don't know anything about the eau de toilette. It may well be just as good, but that's what I have for reference, so that's what I'm recommending. So next up, I've got a nice cheapie for you. So cheapie, but no means crap, is, in my opinion anyway, CK Shock, Calvin Klein Shock. Can be found very, very cheaply. I'm just going to respray it. I don't think I actually sprayed it. Oh, I can smell it paper. Here we go. Okay. Oh, that's better. So this is a fragrance that's been out a while as well. CK Shock was by perfumer Anne Gottlieb, and it came out in 2011. The official notes, or the notes from Fragrantica should I say: clementine, cucumber, energy drink accord, black pepper, basil, cardamom, tobacco, musk patchouli and an ambrine wood. I don't quite know what that is. What do you really get though? This is so cozy. You definitely get the combination of the cardamom and the tobacco. So it's a very smooth fragrance. If you think about La Nuit de l'Homme and Le Male, that kind of smooth, clean, slightly musky smell. That's mostly what I get. But there is some kick here as well. So it's not just pure smoothness. There is a good kick. I'm not sure what it's coming from. Maybe the energy drink accord. It does actually remind me a little bit of La Nuit de l'Homme, now that I think about it. It smells really, really good. The only downside is the bottle is a bit tacky, and people may know that if they ask what it is, if they say you smell amazing, what are you wearing, you might not feel that it's that impressive because it's a cheapie. But that aside, it actually smells really, really good, and I think it's perfect for a cold weather evening sensual time. So let's move on then. This one is one of my favourite designer fragrances of all time. I bought this for Dan, and it's Dior Homme Parfum. So this is the most masculine from the Dior Homme line, and I have it sprayed on this piece of paper here. So on paper you get more iris than on skin. On skin I think the iris burns off quite quickly. So The iris is very powdery, very much like the Dior Homme Intense, the same kind of thing. But there is this darkness lurking beneath. It just adds that touch of sensuality and makes it a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more exciting, a little bit more edgy. You do get leather that comes through a little bit later on in the wearing. It's not straight away. I'm not smelling the leather just yet on the paper. It's just a slightly sweet, woodsy, slightly powdery, irisy thing to start with, but you do then get the leather, and you also get this gorgeous salty woodsy note that comes much further on in the dry down. It lasts excellent on skin, and it's just bloody gorgeous. It's sexy as. So if you're trying to achieve something, let's say, I would say that you can't go wrong with Dior Homme Parfum. And this one came out in 2014. Feels like it was only yesterday. François Demachy, and the notes official, or I say official, I mean Fragrantica, come on. So the notes on Fragrantica are orange, iris, rose, leather, cedar, ambrette seeds, oud, sandalwood. I've never really picked out the rose. I certainly can't get it at the moment, but maybe it's one of those hidden notes that just gives it a little something without screaming rose. I just think it's gorgeous. So next, this one does get compared quite a lot to Dior Homme Parfum. This is Valentino Uomo Intense. This is my favourite of the three. So you've got the original Valentino Uomo, this Intense, I think, oh, there is an Aqua as well. There's an Aqua, and there's also a Noir Absolute, I think it's called. But this to me is definitely the best of the bunch. And it is similar to Dior Homme Parfum, but there are some differences too. This one has more freshness. I can smell the citruses, whereas Dior Homme Parfum, I don't really notice any citrusy elements at all. I do smell the orange in this, and there's notes of orange, clary sage, iris, tonka, leather and vanilla. Also with the Valentino, you get a lot more vanilla in the dry down. Dior Homme Parfum, I don't really notice any vanilla. So although they smell fairly close in the opening, once you wear them for a while, you will see that they're quite different. Or they're different enough. I really like that one. Valentino Uomo Intense. So my final pick of the 5 is a classic, and it's called Fahrenheit. So Dan has this little bottle, which is I think it's an earlier edition. So current formulations might not quite be the same, but I've smelt it in the shops recently. It still smells bloody good. Fahrenheit has leather, and it also has violet leaf. It comes off a little bit like gasoline. It is rugged, and it is so sexy. This is a kind of fragrance, if you're a man who works hard out in all weathers, this is what I would imagine that you would wear. It's completely different to everything else in the lineup here. This has its real own strong defined character. I didn't write the notes down because the notes list is ridiculously long, and it's kind of pointless. What you need to know is there's a mandarin, gasoline, leather jacket, and just a hint of sweetness from something or other. Definitely get the violet leaf as well. It's rugged. It's a man in a lumberjack shirt chopping down trees. Super sexy. It reminds me of being young, and a lot of the boys when I was about 15 would be wearing that, and us girls literally went crazy for it. And yeah, I really love it. I also love the Parfum version, which is a slightly sweeter, smoother, less rugged, lots of gorgeous vanilla in it, but you can still tell it's got the Fahrenheit smell to it. So this one, or the Parfum, would be absolutely gorgeous in cold weather for a date. That is all. I hope you like my choices. Let me know what you think. Have you got any of these? Do you enjoy them? Do you wear them on dates or out clubbing when you're trying to entice other people, preferably attractive people that you like? into your scent bubble to enjoy your company. Let me know what you think. I'm done. Thanks for watching.